Hi, everyone. This is Denise Pattison, and I am going to go over the course with you. So I am signing on to our course wall, and I'm going to go ahead and select our pathophysiology course. And here's our course wall. As you could see, I've added some information. I will also add weekly information that will supplement the reading from your book, and that will be also found on the news. So this first, let me just scroll down all the way to the bottom. So down here is my contact information and my credentials if you would like them. So here's my email, my phone number. You can call me or text me. Um, I respond faster to text. I respond as quickly as possible to the email. I have it on my phone, so you will hear from me. But if I'm not getting to you fast enough because it's an emergency, please feel free to text me. Just be mindful of the time I'm on Eastern Standard Time, which can sometimes people forget, but not a big deal. So here are our course welcome and policies. It discusses roles and responsibilities for the course. And then also the late policies. So please be mindful of reading that. Sorry, my computer just made that noise. I apologize. And then here are the due dates for this course. Please be mindful of Christmas and New Year's. I just pushed the initial due dates for those for the following day. This is a little just kind of page I've made with my best practices information. It talks about avoiding plagiarism with how you paraphrase, some APA tips. So feel free to peruse this. I think it can be really helpful. And then here is information on discussion boards, and very shortly I'll be making a video for you guys. I'm going to write a discussion board, and I am going to show you how it would be graded using the rubric. For those of you who would like to see, so I'm going to show you how we look at rubrics. So first things first, here under the content is going to break down all the different aspects for this course. So here's the overview, discussing the overview of our course. So this is a graduate level course, Nursing 510 Advanced Patho. And we will be discussing the advanced knowledge of human pathophysiologic function and responses to altered condition. If you really understand pathology and physiology put together on a very basic level, you will really succeed, especially in areas of pharmacology and assessment. So just keep that in mind. And this is one of my favorite courses to have as a student and also to teach. So I'm really excited to do this with you guys. We're going to prepare you to function in the roles of advanced practice nursing, nurse education, and even in management. You need to have this understanding. And it's going to help you to predict clinical manifestations, selecting which evaluative studies you need and what appropriate studies you would anticipate, and potential complications. So this is also really, really helpful when you're learning in terms of pharmacotherapy as well. So the required textbook is down here, 100 case studies in pathophysiology by Brouillet. McCants and Huther is pathophysiology. And actually, this was the book I used in my master's, and I found it really helpful. And then, of course, the information on disaster nursing and emergency preparedness. So week one, we're going to talk about alterations in cellular and immune function, which I know can be really overwhelming, but this is the most basic area of pathophysiology in terms of that's foundational. So you can really understand the idea of how our cells function and what happens when the function is altered and what that means for us. That's really important, in addition to the immune function as well. Week two, we're going to talk about the neurologic and endocrine portion of our body and what happens with altered function. Week three, we're going to cover cardiac and hematologic systems. Week four, we'll be covering pulmonary. Week five, we'll be talking about renal and musculoskeletal. Week six, we'll be talking about gastrointestinal and also some obesity. Week 7, we'll be talking about the special populations, so across the lifespan. And in week 8, we'll be talking about disaster and trauma situations. So when you say you're to click on week 1, and here, when you click on the first area of module 1, it shows you the chapters we're covering and the overview, the goals of this week and module. So you know that you're going to be reading chapters 4 through 6 and 12 through 14 for McCants, which is your patho book. Your discussion board, discussion 1, you're going to be talking about the relationship of the environment and cancer development, and you're also going to be talking about how exposures to tobacco, alcohol, radiation, different diet, and obesity affects carcinogenesis, so the actual development of cancer. So here's the rubric. If you see here, this little sign here will always show you the rubric if you click on it, and this is what we use to go through each topic for grading, and you will also see that in more detail in the other video. So then when you're looking for your assignment, click down here, Module 1 assignment. It goes through explaining what you're going to do. And we'll talk about that in 1 second. And the rubric is not here. So I will post the rubric for this on the wall at the end of this so that you can see that. So, because it's really, I think it's helpful to look at the rubric when you're writing your papers. So for the assignment, you're going to register and complete the Genetics is Relevant Now module right here. And so you'll click on that and you will register and follow the directions. And then you're going to upload the certificate once you complete that module. Then for the exercises, you're going to describe the mechanisms that confine cells and tissues to the specific anatomic sites. You'll talk about these, the different tumors, what markers are used. You're going to answer all these questions and make sure you use APA format and citations. I always encourage people, you should use at least 2 scholarly sources in addition to the textbook. So make sure you do that. And scholarly sources, I have a link up that shows you what a scholarly source means. You're also going to cover the case study in the book and then also discuss these aspects for professional development, and you will upload it. So that's how each week is going to look. I will make sure that you can have access to the rubric for the assignments, and if it is an altered rubric, it's usually the same one for every week. I will make sure that it's on there. So please be looking for the scholarly articles link and also the different rubrics. Anyway, please be sure to reach out to me. I really want everyone to be successful in this course. So if there's anything I can ever help you with, just let me know.